Let's be honest, hip-hop is dying and it's all this motherfucker as fuck. Okay, before you go and cancel me in the comments by calling me a Drake glazer, this video wasn't made to shit on Kendrick. In fact, it's actually to praise him, because this measure was so good that he actually ruined hip-hop. And let me explain. Now, we all know hip-hop has been suffering for the past few years, with multiple variables being at play here. But recently, hip-hop took a massive hit because of the Kendrick and Drake feud. When Kendrick and Drake went at each other in 2024, the rap scene froze, as they were the only things being talked about in hip-hop. You even got people who don't listen to the music getting invested. On paper, this was a good thing, since hip-hop was getting the attention it needed. But in reality, other rappers suffered as they were pretty much tossed to the sidelines. If you were a rapper trying to drop a single during that time, you might as well have saved your hard drive space because nobody wanted to listen to your shit. It got to the point where any rapper who dared drop music in the middle of the beef basically released into the void. In fact, the only way rappers got attention was by clout chasing on the beef. That's why DaBaby tried to make a comeback by dropping a Not Like Us remix. To his credit, this actually worked because the homie actually pulled 30 million views. But as for the other rappers who were trying to be original, they were left to starve.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
And sure, all rap beefs suck oxygen out of the room, but this one was different, as this was the biggest rap beef since probably Pac and Biggie, because while we did have other great rap beefs like Von and the Youngboy, they weren't mainstream enough to make the whole world care. I mean, Drake and Kendrick got so big, even the Swifties were glued to their foes. But as you all know, all good things must come to an end. That's why after the beef died down and they both stopped recording new songs, rap started to decline. Rap fans became way too dependent on the beef that once it went away, they didn't know who to turn to. Rappers like Young Thug did try and save hip-hop by dropping albums, but with songs like these, we were surely cooked.
Nigger, I'm calling my ops, nigger. They better not play with me, nigger.
This nigga is trash. But this actually brings me to my next point on why hip-hop is dying. Everything kind of sucks now. The quality of music has really taken a hit over the past few years, with TikTok being the main culprit. The goal isn't to make good music, it's now just about making something that goes viral. For example, while not a hip-hop song, Sugar Crash really got big on TikTok, and it wasn't because it was a great song. I mean, I listened to it only once while I was doing the research for this video, and I nearly hung myself before making it to the chorus. This song isn't great, but it doesn't have to be since it's catchy. It gets stuck in your head for a day, leaving you without any choice but to go back and look for it online. This is bad because it takes the art out of music. Back in the day, you could listen to rap songs for weeks on end without stop, since the songs actually had meaning, which isn't the case anymore. And if you're looking for an example with a TikTok rapper, look no further than Coi Leray. I mean, her whole discovery is full of TikTok songs that only got popular because of their catchy hooks. Their formula works, but it doesn't last long. Reason being, when you're making songs like these, you're effectively treating hip-hop like a cocaine addiction. You leave people wanting something stronger and stronger until they become desensitized to everything. And just because something goes viral doesn't mean people actually like it. Doechie's Anxiety is the perfect example. That song did have potential, as before it got dropped, people were begging for its release. But once TikTok got their hands on it, you wanted to shoot yourself in the head every time it came on. The song was lifeless and unoriginal, as even SQC started complaining about how bad the song was.
Chat, this fucking sucks, what? She's just talking over the good song. I'm so confused.
But this is SQC we're talking about, so maybe we shouldn't give him much credibility. But back to the song. The worst part was that you couldn't escape it. That shit was being shoved down everybody's throat. Obviously, with this much playtime, this song became a success, which was a horrible thing for hip-hop, as it reinforced the narrative that you don't need to make good music to be successful. All you gotta do is make catchy, lifeless coworker music. Take Lil Pump as an example. He basically built his career on this. Gucci Gang is the blueprint for low-effort success. That song was literally one sentence repeated until your brain shuts off. I feel so sorry for all the kids to actually listen to the shit thinking it was hard. Worst part is that this trend isn't slowing down, as memes are still ruining hip-hop. Just take a look at Skrilla and his god-awful song that only became popular due to that dreadful I mean, you can't listen to these lyrics without losing at least a few brain cells. But if we're being honest, the decline of hip-hop didn't start now, as even Ice-T told Soulja Boy to eat a dip, nigga! All because of how lifeless and generic his music was. He even blamed him for ruining hip-hop. So since this crappy music has been going on for a while, why is it only now that rap is dying? Well, simple, it's all about the competition. Unlike now, hip-hop didn't have to compete with many genres apart from maybe, let's say, R&B, but even then they were the dominant genre. But that isn't the case anymore, as rappers are constantly fighting for chart space with other genres like pop, and now also Afrobeats. Rappers can't afford to be lazy now, as other artists have slowly been pushing hip-hop off the food chain. For example, musicians such as Morgan Wallen, Bad Bunny, and Sabrina Carpenter sell more tickets than any rapper other than maybe a Drake could ever dream of. And these are just the new guys, cause don't forget, Taylor Swift been trashing hip-hop for the past 20 years. I mean, just recently, for the first time in decades, hip-hop was not on the Billboard Top 40, and that was all because Taylor dropped a new album at the time, with 12 of her songs charting at the exact same time. No rapper is having that kind of success right now. And obviously, I know you want to say NBA Youngboy, but let's be real, he's never going to be as mainstream as the artists we just talked about. For years, the industry relied on the same handful of artists to carry everything, and now those artists are either taking breaks, slowing down, or just not moving the needle like they used to. Even though hip-hop is massive, it's still way more niche than people think, especially when you compare it to pop. It's easier for a 10-year-old girl in Australia to listen to Beyonce than it is for her to listen to Sexy Red, and I'm not saying this to be funny. Hip-hop doesn't travel globally the same way pop or, let's say, Latin does. And if we're being honest, not every country is trying to listen to songs about guns, pills, ass, and beefs. That's the wall a lot of rappers hit. Now, obviously, people don't always listen to music because they understand the words. Take Amapano or Latin music, for example. But the difference with those genres is people can always dance to them, which is what a huge part of music is about. Just ask yourself this: would you rather dance to a Bad Bunny song or the crash out music Playbro Carti makes? My point exactly. But obviously, as bad as things are, hip-hop still has hope, as there are rappers who still focus on making art rather than viral mistakes. So hopefully hip-hop can make a comeback in the future. Cause if not, I might as well start a cooking channel for fuck's sake, cause what the hell am I gonna talk about if hip-hop is actually dying? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to check out the ones on your screen, and until we meet again, subscribe on your way out.